Hey, what's up, guys? We are back again to try to find the new best deck in Clash Royale. We've been searching through the entire comment section, and I found 5 decks to test. We're gonna find out if they're trash or treasure, and if there's any improvements that I would make to the deck, and we're gonna rate them all at the very end. Which deck will be the best? Are there any that I'll play? Let's find out and jump into some games and hopefully assert dominance. Of course, thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag, making all the high effort videos like this one possible. Have you heard about Prime Gaming? It is free with your Prime membership, which most of us have already. You can get exclusive in-game content like currency and skins every single month for over 30 plus games, including PC titles, which you get to keep for free. And you guys get a free Twitch subscription to your favorite streamer. The program is insanely good, and what's super cool about it is the offers change every month. Let's go check it out. Look at all these rewards. They're all free and they're all mine. And if we scroll all the way down, you guys can see these free games that are extremely high quality and you don't have to pay anything. I'll take it all. But by far the most exciting part is the Mobile Legends Bang Bang drops. These are just so much value. Up until early March, you can get a Popple Koopa Hunting Pals plus free hero skin trial cards. I think I gotta grab this drop now. Get it while you can because the free drops change every month. Just look at how cool this item is in game. As you can see, Prime Gaming has so many awesome offers that update every single month, literally for all of your favorite games. Check it out today with my link in the description of the video and check out all of Prime's amazing offers. Level up with Prime Gaming, you do not want to miss out. The first deck of the day is Dragons. Let's see how it works. All right, so let's test out this deck. Initial impressions, I think it's pretty strong. Usually when you've got a graveyard freeze deck with arrows, you're going to have success no matter what. It's one of those cards that can get immediately on top of your opponent's tower, and you can freeze whatever they use to defend. And if they've got bait cards, you arrow them away. So the only thing that I'm a little bit struggling with is you've got a cannon, you've got a Valkyrie, and you're also going to end up having guards. So those are 3 ground defensive cards. And if you don't have the right hand, maybe your opponent can go for a balloon and screw you over a little bit. Or like a Lava Hound if you're Inferno Tower's last card. So that could be the only tricky thing that I'm thinking. And maybe you could swap out the guards for a Mega Minion if you're struggling against Lava Hound. That's just a simple suggestion. I don't even think it's necessary though, because most of the time you're not going to get a trash hand with this deck, I would believe. Oh, the freeze though. Are you kidding? That's so much value. Being able to freeze the Zappies, shutting them down, cleaning them up. Beautiful start to this game. He hasn't even done any damage to me. So looking at the game, probably going to be a graveyard deck ourselves, right? Like,
the zombies are coming.
That's what I was expecting. When you see Zappies with Bowler, it's not going to be Lumberjack Balloon. It's going to be the graveyard variation. It could be a random Royal Hogs, but yeah, maybe I should just shut up right now because I was saying that you would want to not run guards, but then guards are coming up clutch defending the graveyard for absolutely no damage. So, wow, okay. I see why you have guards in the deck if you play it into the graveyard mirror matchup. Also, probably against P.E.K.K.A, you're going to want to have some type of distraction. So, yeah, maybe Mega Minion against Lava Hound, but it's not necessarily needed. And you definitely do need guards against graveyard, and you really need the guards against someone that is going to be whipping out a random P.E.K.K.A or Leap Barbarians at the river. So, yeah, you know, I wouldn't change the deck as for right now. We could see, though. We could see as this game develops. Obviously, as you look at the game, you're like, I could put in an Archer Queen for the Electro Wizard. Then the deck would be better. But, I mean, you could say that for every single deck. The guy's going to try to activate King Tower here. It won't matter because I can hit him up with a freeze and still do a damaging amount of value to the point that I think I can just continue to freeze the King Tower when I go in for my graveyards and be okay. Good player on our opponent's end. Like, if you play against a graveyard player that knows that Tornado placement against Electro Wizard, that could be a problem. But there's no other card in our deck that can activate King Tower. So, you know, it's pretty good. I'll take that trade. And most graveyard decks, if you're running Graveyard Poison or Graveyard Fireball, you can never win in this situation. But specifically because we got the freeze, we can make it happen for the memes. I'm going to win the battle at the river. I will definitely win the battle at the river in case he wants to go in for more stuff. It doesn't really matter to me. I can go in for a graveyard here and then freeze on top of the King Tower. And all the units that are coming at the river, those are useless. They don't matter to me. They really don't matter to me. Like, your Inferno Dragon's going to put in work? You think the Inferno Dragon's going to put in work on skeletons? See you later, brother. Okay, this is a really good deck. This is actually a deck that I would play myself, and I would rate it 9 out of 10. You know a deck is good when the only way that I can improve it is by using the best card in the game and subbing out the Electro Wizard. Cannon card is an extremely underrated card, and I love that you used it in the deck. Paired with the win condition that can get directly on top of your opponent's tower, makes for a really reliable ladder deck. Ragu, I will love you if I play against Hog Rider, and I will hate you if I play against Lava Hound. Let's get it. spin the wheel, and let's get lucky. Here we go with a 4.6 elixir cycle of P.E.K.K.A. double prints. The likes of you have never seen before, and likely my opponent hasn't either. No, you cannot be having Lava Hound in your clan. This can't be happening. This is exactly what we are fearing. Our only card that is able to shoot up is the Electro Wizard. Come on now. He's going to have to do it all himself. If I win this game, it would be absurd. So the mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to get sent to the Shadow Realm all by himself. He will get one connection on the tower, so we'll take what we can get. He's going to miner. You know what? Electro Wizard, we're going to have to defend. This is what we need to do. The flying machine went in front of the Lava Hound, so maybe this works out. This could work out. Maybe it's completely calculated all along. If we ignore the Lava Hound and we pretend that it doesn't exist, can we win the game? These are questions that I've never had before. But here we are. I'm going to Prince on the other side because the Goblins and the Electro Wizard are able to pop off. And he doesn't have Tombstone, so I think this might be our opportunity. This could be my golden moment. The Prince is on the tower. Are you joking me? Are you kidding me right now? Oh, this is awesome. I'm going to go in for a mini P.E.K.K.A. and I'm going to try to arrow on top of everything. I wanted to wait so then I can one-tap the Barbarians with a little bit more extra love and finish them all off. Come on now. No damage on my tower. Beautiful. Are we actually winning this game? You cannot be serious. The only card that I have that shoots up in this is a Electro Wizard. So the 4.6 cycle also impairs me to the point that I'm like, okay, if I don't have that, I actually have to cycle 5 and 4 cost cards to get back to the Electro Wizard. I think the only way that you could actually beat a Lava Hound player, straight up, is by trying to 3-crown them with this type of deck. And then praying that they don't have guards or barbarians in their deck like this guy has barbarians. Very bad for me. Very, very bad for me. And hope that they drop Tombstone behind their towers like this guy did earlier. That's what I'm going for right now. That's kind of the game plan. That is definitely the strategy. It shouldn't be a strategy, but that's what we have here. I'm going to go for a Goblin Drill and then follow up with a mini P.E.K.K.A. maybe? I don't know. I'm hoping that this will work out. Yeah, I'm going to go in for Prince here. Nope, can't do that. I can't do that. I have to soak up everything. I think I lose, guys. There's still a way, right? It was a feat to get that tower in the first place, right? The fact that I was able to take the early tower was ridiculous, but I don't know. There's nothing I could do here. It must be hilarious to play this deck against a Hog Rider or Electro Giant deck where you have every counter imaginable, but against Lava Hound, you are just watching them float in the sky while you die. Also against Logbait, since your cycle is 4.6 elixir, even though you have arrows, you're going to get outcycled and they can just get multiple Goblin Barrels on your tower. No way for you to counter that. So against Lava Hound and Logbait, you automatically lose with this deck. I made this deck. It has the core components of P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Drill with Dark Prince. I think that's pretty cool, so I kept it the same. And now I have more air answers with the Arrows, Tornado, Baby Dragon, and Electro Dragon. So if I play against a Lava Hound deck, I can do damage. You're still going to be able to crush every Electro Giant and Hog Rider player with ease because you're going to have P.E.K.K.A. Tornado and the Goblin Drill, so the Electro Giant's never going to be able to break through. In the previous 4.6 deck, there was no way to get out of a bad card cycle, but now we are sitting pretty at a 3.9 deck with Skeletons, so if I have a bad hand, maybe I can get back to the cards that I need. I have to rate the P.E.K.K.A. Double Prince deck as is as a 6 out of 10, but if you make the changes that I suggested, the deck has a lot of potential. Doom has been playing the same deck for 5 years now. I gotta test it out and see if it's still strong. Here we go. So we're testing out Giant Sparky. I really want to have Tornado with this deck. Please let me sub out the log. It's got perfect synergy with the Sparky, so I can Tornado units into his tower, have the Sparky shoot the units in the side of the tower at the same time, or I can group up all of my opponent's stuff to get more value with the Sparky, or I can activate King Tower against Hog Riders, Royal Hogs, Ram Riders, you name it. Like, there's a lot of great synergies with Tornado when you've got a Sparky Giant deck. A lot of people at top ladder do run that as well, and I'm just looking at the executioner. I feel like he needs his best friend, the Tornado, in the deck to get more value. This man missed the King Tower activation, and then, wow, that's a lot of damage. Good thing about the deck that I've realized is we've got multifarious things to bait out our opponent's arrows. Whether it's the minions, the skeleton army, or it's going to be the archers, we're going to have so many ways of making sure that the dude is not going to be able to hit them all with one spell. And then the other card was bound to give me value. So that's my favorite part about the deck so far. I could Giant because I am up a lot of elixir right now. I'm a little bit scared of this guy being able to log my archers because they're not properly leveled. But we're just going to, you know, pretend that that doesn't happen. I'll log, and the Giant's going to get straight towards the tower. Let's go, baby. Santa Claus delivering the presents. We love to see it. And yeah, I mean, the deck is working pretty well for us, all things considered. But if I play against someone that has got a rock solid defense with a building and then also going to end up having a rail delivery, I think that Sparky is not necessarily going to be the best in that type of situation. There's a lot of people that are running rail deliveries on ladder right now because everyone's running the Archer Queen rail delivery cannon fast cycle deck, so I would be a little bit scared of that. And that's part of the reason why I think that it's a necessity for me to end up having the Tornado. If I had Tornado and I didn't have Log, I might be able to do something here. If I had Tornado and I was playing against Hog Rider and he tried to Earthquake on top of my Skeleton Army, because the Skeleton Army is the only way that I can deny all damage from the Hog Rider, right? That means that it's going to be dropped a lot. So he'll probably make predictions with either an Earthquake or a Log. I can spice up my defenses so then he can't make as many predictions on me if I have Tornado available as an option. But with this deck, you don't necessarily always have that. Okay, so against this Rail Recruits deck, it's not the scariest thing in the world. I think that Executioner actually puts in mad work against that. It's beefy. He can't get fireballed or lightninged out, so it's good stuff. It's nice to see that. I believe that he's going to go all in here on me as well. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to go for the Sparky first and foremost. And then I'll try to go in for minions or fireball depending on what happens here. Yeah, I'm going to fireball everything back. Make sure that we don't get just arrowed out. That's good stuff. If the minions are able to finish that off. Ooh, wait. Wait, the Executioner though. If I can Skeleton Army in the middle and then I go for a Log, am I going to 3-crown him? No freaking way. No way, dude. Executioner's on the tower. Giant is still pounding him. I just need a little bit more love. Give it to me, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That is ridiculous. Level 13 Executioner for the win against a Rail Recruit stack. I gotta be real with you guys right now. I think that Executioner with Sparky might actually be a good card combination. Definitely think the deck could be elevated if you use Tornado instead of Log. I think that would have been a much cleaner win. I'll rate it a 7 out of 10. That last game was really sketchy, but the Executioner Sparky combo clutched up. I firmly believe if you learn all the Tornado placements, you will get way more value than you would ever get with Log. Dino, I have one question. How much did Hog Rider hurt you? You literally have 17 different counters in an 8-card deck. I didn't even know this was possible. Let's go jump right into the action and see how well it works. Here we go. We are ready to test the ultimate defense of the Mega Knight Goblin Cage Electro Wizard. If we play against a Hog Rider deck or a Bridge Spam deck, I feel like we're going to get a really good matchup. But if we play against a log bait deck, it will be a long and hard battle because we don't have Baby Dragon. We've got a Fisherman that is just going to chill on our side of the map and barely do anything. So I think that this deck is very situational. If our opponent's going to have a P.E.K.K.A Poison deck or a Poison deck at all, they're going to be inclined to poison on the Hunter or the Electro Wizard, so then maybe we can spice things up with a random graveyard that they wouldn't expect. So I do like that poison bait element, but I much rather have a Baby Dragon instead of the Hunter because I think Hunter's just so inconsistent. And on top of that, I love, and I mean love, going in for that value of the poison graveyard and then locking onto the tower and finishing off Night Witches. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Dude, I didn't even have to go for the poison graveyard. I was just able to just completely knock that thing with the Mega Knight jump. Oh, the best part. You guys aren't ready. He's not ready. No one is ready. Your bodies aren't prepared for the King Tower. Let's get it. So if you can do that against any beatdown push, especially a Golem or an Electro Giant deck, they're probably going to rage quit and just not do anything for the rest of the game. Imagine a deck like ours that has a graveyard that can immediately get on top of your opponent's tower. And then your opponent with a Bridge Spam or Golem Beatdown deck will have to struggle the entire game to get to your tower. And then in 2 seconds, you drop a graveyard and you're like, hey, you know, the thing that you've been trying to accomplish for the entire game? We did that in 2 seconds, immediately, actually. So it's really toxic, and that's why this deck, I think, is really good fundamentally, and I think it could be spiced up a lot by running a Baby Dragon, specifically into people that, you know, stop your graveyard, tank from crossing the river, like with a Valkyrie or a ground card. They can't necessarily do that into a Baby Dragon because then the ground card gets eaten. But a Fisherman, Mega Knight, I mean, the only real thing that you can go for graveyard with in this deck is going to be a Mega Knight or maybe a Fisherman, but usually the Mega Knight or Barbrill, right? So it's harder to justifiably do so in most situations. Also, that bat is on my tower. That doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. It is what it is, though. I'm going to Fisherman here, and I can graveyard on the other side if I want to, because the Mega Knight's going to be tanking, and then I can poison on all the Night Witch bats. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to just be able to kill the Golem. If I can kill the Golem, then I'm vibing on a different level. I can Electro Wizard here. It will be able to finish off the rest of his Lumberjack. And you guys know it's bad when you can just style on your opponent and not even defend with a building, right? Like, he is in such a tragic situation that he is consistently spamming behind the Golemites even when the Golem is dead. I can do whatever I want, whatever I am feeling like. I'm taking both towers at the same time. If you play against a golem deck, this is the best matchup imaginable. Most of the cards that I have in this deck are even level 13. So it doesn't really matter what your card levels are with Fisherman in particular. I guess it does a lot with Hunter because it's such an inconsistent card, but it didn't matter. The Hunter didn't even matter in this situation. When the Hunter's job came to be done, we had already killed the Golem anyway. So overall, I would give this deck an 8 out of 10 for strength and 9 out of 10 for toxicity. I mean, if your opponent's running a Hog Rider or a beatdown deck, they'll probably rage quit because there's no way for them to ever break through. I definitely think if you substituted out the Hunter for a Baby Dragon, the deck could be a lot better and maybe even a 9 out of 10. Try it out and let me know how it works for you. And the last deck of the day is looking spicy. Let's jump right into a game and see if we can pull out a W. All right, so we are testing the last deck of the day. We got P.E.K.K.A. Inferno Dragon Cannon with an Ice Wizard. What is up with you guys today in your most defensive decks possible? I feel bad for all the opponents. If people play Hog Rider into my viewers, wow, you guys are going to get decimated, right? So in this type of situation, when I've got P.E.K.K.A. and I've got Inferno Dragon, if I had Freeze or if I had a card that scaled really well into Double Elixir, I'd be content waiting. But I mean, I'm chilling here and I've got Royal Hogs and I've got 2 fast cycle cards with Log and Zap, so I don't feel comfortable waiting that long. Yes! Look at that! Look at what we just played against. We got a Golem player. Another one. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel so sinister. I feel like I did a very evil laugh right there. But, I mean, imagine playing into an Inferno Dragon P.E.K.K.A. and a cannon. This could not be me. This is freaking hilarious. You guys are trolling ladder. This is not me. This is you. You did this to people. So, gotta talk about the deck for a second. I love the synergy of having Ice Wizard and Royal Hogs. I think that's dope. I think that's super cool. The fact that your opponent will only be able to fireball one of them and not both of them is incredibly good. Because either you're going to have great defenses with the Ice Wizard or you're going to have amazing offenses with the Royal Hogs. I like that. The thing that I don't like is looking at the deck, I don't have a good way of breaking through a building, right? If your opponent's got Bomb Tower or Inferno Tower or any building or defensive structure, you're going to have to kind of like hope that your Lumberjack breaks through and then you go in for Royal Hogs afterward. I might sub out the Zap for a Freeze and then sub out the Log for a Fire Spirit. And if you do the Fire Spirit trick, you're able to still counter the Goblin Barrel completely for 1 elixir. If you go in for like a Fire Spirit and a P.E.K.K.A. or a Fire Spirit and a Lumberjack or a Fire Spirit and anything, and you push it, then the Fire Spirit will jump onto all the goblins and you'll be fine. So Fire Spirit is a great way to counter Goblin Barrel still. Just a lot of people don't do that. Oh, this guy's gonna lightning. Yeah, I feel bad for him. I mean, like, he's trying his hardest. He's putting everything he can. He's going into a Golem Shredder. We're shredding him faster than Enron, man. Enron files shredded those files, but they had nothing on us. We're going to go in for the Royal Hogs on the right-hand side, and I can go for a Zap before going for a Skeleton Army, so that's pretty cool. But one other thing that I was thinking is, like, you have the Fire Spirit. You maybe even have Tornado in this deck, too, because Ice Wizard, it just doesn't feel good. Like, he feels so lost without the Tornado in the deck, so I would definitely substitute something else out, and I'll create a deck for you at the very end of the game and show you what I would play instead. Maybe the Cannon. I don't think the Cannon really has a place in this deck. It's good, but I mean, you've got P.E.K.K.A. I mean, it doesn't make that much sense that you would have it or need it. At least we're able to finish everything off here. I can go for Royal Hogs, hit him up with another cannon. I guess like the cannon in this situation is pretty useful, but for the most part, it's not. And if I had Freeze, I would guarantee that I take the tower if he goes in for any other units on top of that. It worked out really well because we had an amazing matchup, but I have to knock it down a few points because if I played against a building deck, especially someone with a control deck with Bomb Tower and Inferno Tower, there's no way that I could break through. I feel so bad for all the Golem players that we played against today. Why do you guys hate them so much? So overall, I'm going to rate this deck 7.5 out of 10 because of its inability to surprise on offense and break through buildings. If you add in a Tornado, it's going to synergize perfectly with the Ice Wizard, and it should be a better fit for the deck overall. Subbing out the Zap for Freeze will give you that offensive surprise factor that will allow you to take towers super quickly with Inferno Dragon, Lumberjack, or Royal Hogs. It has great synergy with the Lumberjack Rage and the Inferno Dragon. You can melt towers even if your Inferno Dragon is at a sliver of HP. And because we increased the average elixir cost with the Freeze, we want to lower the deck slightly so you don't get terrible card cycles. So we're going to add in the Fire Spirit. You can still run Log if you don't feel comfortable using the Fire Spirit trick to fully counter Goblin Barrels, but this is definitely the deck that I would use. And today's treasure is Dragon's Graveyard Freeze deck. I couldn't even improve it if I tried, besides running Archer Queen, but I don't really count that because every single card, if you put in an Archer Queen, it would probably be better. It was a ton of fun testing out everyone's deck. Make sure to let me know down below in the comment section if you have your deck that you want me to try out in future videos. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.